we share some reflections with you today, and we'll continue to do so throughout the month of Muharram. Today, I want to share with you some reflections on one personality who survived Karbala. And he became a great example for us. He earned many great titles. Many great titles. And he is the son of Imam Hussein, Amir al-Shuhada, the Prince of Martyrs, Imam Hussein, Sayyidina Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet ﷺ, who gave his life at Karbala to defend Islam and the values of Islam. His son survived Karbala, a young boy. His name is Ali ibn Hussein. And one of the things Imam Hussein did in naming his children, he connected them in some way to Imam Ali, his father. He loved his father so much that even in naming his children, he connected them to Imam Ali, his father, their grandfather. So for Imam Ali ibn Hussein, he gave him the actual name of his grandfather. But he's more known as Zainul Abidin, Al-Imam Zainul Abidin, the jewel, the crown jewel of the worshippers of Islam, the beautifier of the worshippers of Islam, Zainul Abidin, the decorator of the worshippers of Islam. Al-Imam Ali ibn Hussein, Imam Zainul Abidin. Many are his great qualities. And inshallah, in the second part of the khutbah, we will share with you some of these great qualities of this great Imam, one of the few survivors of the tragic events of Karbala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless each and every one of you. We thank all of you for being here with us today. And do remember to tell others to come with you to the Islamic Forum for Jumma on Fridays. And we also welcome all the brothers and sisters and families from many different countries that have joined us for the live stream broadcast of Jumma today. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Inshallah, the volunteers will be walking this off. Please encourage them with your generosity. We kindly request you to make a generous donation to the Islamic Forum today. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enrich you many more times. Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam says, "Ma naqasa mala abdin min sadaqa." Your wealth will never decrease because of spending in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It will surely increase. The best time of the week to give your sadaqah is on Fridays. So be generous in your donation to the masjid today. And the Prophet ﷺ says that your sadaqah keeps away calamities that may have befallen you, inshallah. We also kindly request the brothers, if you come in late and the khutbah has started, please do not perform any salah during the khutbah. Wait until we finish praying our first salah, and then you can pray as much as you want, inshallah. If you want to do the Sunnah Qabliya, then we start our Jumma program 1 p.m. every Friday with Adhan, and we give you half an hour until 1:30 to do your Sunnah Qabliya and so on, inshallah. So please come early if you want to do your Sunnah before. But if you come and the khutbah has started, the required ibadah is istimal khutbah, listening to the khutbah, and it's wajib. So do not perform any salah during the khutbah. After you finish our fard salah, then you have as much time as you want to perform your khutbah. So if you come and the khutbah started, you're late, then please sit down and listen to the khutbah. And once we finish the Fard Salah, you can pray as much as you want. So we kindly remind you about that, inshallah. We have a special guest with us today, our dear brother Sidi Chief Samsir from New York, who is visiting Canada, and he's here with us. We welcome him to the Islamic Forum, and we thank him for his generosity and support over the years. And we make special love for him and his family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them. And we really appreciate your support of the Islamic Forum, inshallah. And he is one of the leading Islamic personalities in New York, and a leading businessman as well. So we welcome him to the Islamic Forum, and all of you, inshallah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Wa ashhadu anna Sayyidina Muhammadan abdullahi wa rasuluhu, amma ba'd. Imam Zainul Abidin. I chose him today to say a few words about him, because if anyone could demonstrate how to behave after Karbala, it would be Imam Zainul Abidin, the son of Imam Hussein, the grandson of Sayyidina Ali and Sayyidah Fatima Zahra, the great-grandson of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If anyone could demonstrate the correct way to respond to the events of Karbala, it would be Imam Zainul Abidin. He witnessed the martyrdom of his family, including his father, aunts and uncles, cousins, people who he grew up with and loved them. And he saw how they were martyred at Karbala, on the plains of Karbala, in this month of Muharram. And he was taken in chains to Damascus, the seat of the Khilafah at that time. He remained patient. He returned to Medina, to his home, confined himself to his home, and that place, his home that he returned to, that place is still there, and it's called Baytul Baka. Baytul Baka, the house of tears and sorrow. Because the days and the weeks after Karbala, that's how he spent his time. Weeping, crying, as he remembered his family. But he never mentioned those who committed the sins and atrocities of Karbala. He turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, praying to Allah, engaging in the worship of Allah, that he earned this title of Zainul Abidin, the crown jewel, the beautified, the decorator of the worshippers of Allah. Imam Zainul Abidin would spend hours in sajda, his days, his nights, much of it in sajda, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so he earned another great title, became known as Imam al-Sajjad, Imam al-Sajid, Imam al-Sajda, the Imam, the leader of all those who make sajda to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. he recognized the value of sajda, prostrating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He didn't bother himself with talking about and criticizing those who committed those atrocities at Karbala. Their affairs is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their affair is with Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will deal with them. But he was concerned about his maqam with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what a great example for us. The great patience in the face of difficulties that he endured, but he did it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His father made that ultimate sacrifice, making that decision to leave Medina and go to Karbala, knowing what will happen. But he had to stand up for the truth, stand up for Islam. Imam Zain al-Abidin spent the rest of his life remembering his father and following in the footsteps of his father, worshipping Allah, teaching people Islam. He devoted his life to that. And that is the great lesson for us, the great worship of Allah, the great prostrator to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He never called upon people to oppose and revolt and fight against the rulers. His focus was his relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's what he lived for. And what a great example for us today. Imam Zainul Abidin, Ali ibn Hussein radiallahu anhu, this great survivor of Karbala, this great example for us that we can devote ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala no matter where we are in this dunya, no matter what your position is in this dunya. Maqamuka haythu aqamaka Allah. Where you are now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed you there. Don't wait for another condition to come to you to worship Allah. Do it now. Because whatever you are now, however you are now, wherever you are now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed you there. So worship Him, submit to Him, serve Him. Don't wait for something else to come to you. Sometimes people say, if I were a scholar, if I were a sheikh, if I were an imam, I would devote myself to Allah. I'm busy working in the dunya. No. Where you are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed you there. So use it to worship Allah. This is Imam Zain al-Abidin, the example he shares with us by his very life. By his very life. There are lines of poetry that are attributed to him, or some scholars have said they are written on his behalf. إن التيا ريح الصبا يوما إلى الأرض الحرم بلغ سلامي رودة فيها النبي المحترم يا سيدي ارحم لنا يا رحمة للعالمين أدرك لزين العابدين محبوسي أيدي الظالمين. He addresses the wind that's blowing. He said, "O winds, O breeze, if someday when you pass by the sacred land of Medina, and you pass by the Rawda to Sharifa, Balligh Salami." Give my salams to my grandfather. The sadness of separation from Medina feels like a sword stuck deep into my heart. O Rahmatul lil Alameen, O mercy of all the worlds, referring to the Prophet ﷺ, stay by the side of Zain al-Abidin, who is standing alone and in difficulty among the tyrants. Those are words of poetry, a popular Qasida Zain al-Abidin, that's recited up to this day. Some scholars said written by the Imam himself, others says that others compiled it on his behalf. So this month of Muharram is a great month for us to revive and renew our mahabba, our love for the Ahlul Bayt, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, his noble family, and especially those who were martyred at Karbala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to be close to them, to love them, to remember them, to follow the examples that they set for us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate their maqam in the dunya and the akhirah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us to be with them in the dunya and the akhirah. يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى في شأن الحبيب بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد وارض اللهم عن ساداتنا أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي ولأهل البيت أجمعين وللصحابة والتابعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. I mean, inshallah, if you can please stand up and make yourself for salah. Please make sure your lines are straight, inshallah. If you need to move forward and put your toes at the top of the line, please do so, inshallah. Sisters, make sure your lines are straight. Put your toes at the top of the lines. Have a straight line, inshallah. And once again, a kind reminder, if you come in the masjid and the khutbah started, please do not perform any salah. Sit down, listen to the khutbah. Once you finish the fard salah, then you'll get a chance to pray all your sunnah, nafil, we give you time to do that. But during the khutbah, the required ibadah is listening to the khutbah. It's istimal khutbah, and it's wajib to listen to the khutbah, inshallah. So we kindly request you to be mindful about it. We welcome all of you to the Islamic Forum today. Everyone here in the masjid, everyone online from different cities, different countries, we welcome all of you to Jumma program today. And we hope you can all join us. And please bring others with you next week. Next week is the 10th of Muharram, it's a special day. We'll have iftar program on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of Muharram in the masjid. You can join us in Maghrib time for the iftar program, inshallah. And once again, we want to recognize our special guest who's here today, our dear brother, Senior Chief Samsir from New York, who's visiting Canada and is here with us for Jumma. We thank him for joining us at Islam Forum. We also thank him for all his support and financial donation to Islam Forum over the years. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him. He's the owner of Bakewell Bakeries in New York, and also the president of CIOA, the Central Islamic Organization of America that does a lot of good work, and they sponsor many of our programs. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them, bless the entire family. Alhamdulillah. Ameen. استووا واستقيموا وتقاربوا. أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
دائما أبدا لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Haqqan la ilaha illallah Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah. Inshallah, just want to remind you, tomorrow we have our special dhikr gathering starting at 7 p.m. here in the masjid. So we invite you to come out with your family for the dhikr gathering here in the masjid, 7 p.m. Then Sunday, we have the continued work at our new masjid site starting at 9 a.m. in the morning. You can come and join us. You can come and observe what we have done, see the new masjid, the progress that's being made, and so on, inshallah. So we look forward to seeing all of you Sunday morning. Bring your family, especially your children, starting at 9 a.m. at the new masjid site, inshallah. And do remember to visit the donation boxes before you leave today with your generous donation. We'll make dua now. Allahumma ameen. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله سيدنا محمد رسول الله اللهم آمين Ameen, ameen. So you can take a few seconds and wish one another a happy Islamic New Year and Muharram Mubarak greetings as well. Do remember to visit the donation boxes with your generous donation today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enrich you many, many more times, inshallah. Inshallah. Shukran. Thanks to all of you for coming to the Islam Forum today. And we look forward to seeing you next Friday, is 10th of Muharram's Ashura next Friday. So bring all your family, relatives, friends with you. We'll have special Jumma next week Friday for Ashura, inshallah. We welcome Dr. Naveed to the Islam Forum as well, inshallah.